There are different situations, so you have to assess where someone's at. So that's a practitioner's mind will go in and say, well, is that person in a complete exhaustion phase? So they've been brutalized by all these different medicines and they're actually degrading too much, or they are having too many bacterial situations they're not actually overcoming. Then you have to work on the nutrition, get the minerals back up. And botanicals will often give all kinds of vitamins and minerals into the system. And then their constituents will have an action. And I really love Chinese medicine as well, because if you have something that's too wet, you might need to dry it, or you might need to offer something that just dries it up a little bit. But that depends on the state that person's in. Sometimes in an acute situation, you need to get control of something like bleeding, and then you can come back and clean it up and move forward with the action. So you have to read the situation in the correct way. If someone has like long-standing cancer and they've gone through chemo and all of this poison, then they might get infections all the time because their body is creating its own microorganisms to clean up all this damaged tissue. And sometimes, like I was saying, they make waste, and that can be overwhelming to an already damaged life force. So sometimes you'll give a botanical that'll tone that down a little bit or slow that process down a little bit so you can strengthen the body, and then you let it roll, right? So there are times in which you need to intervene in that way, but very carefully, so that you're not suppressing something outright. You're just trying to mitigate a situation that's pretty much unnatural. I mean, these drugs and so forth, you wouldn't do that in nature. So we're having to overcome something very aberrant.